Hey, welcome to this training. We're going to cover what it means to set up a Facebook page and why you should and how to use it in your business. So let's go. There's a couple reasons why setting up a Facebook page for your business makes total sense. We have profiles, we have pages, and we have a couple other elements that we'll cover in this training. But I want you to know that when it comes to a Facebook page, the main difference between your profile and your page is that you are able to reach more than 5,000 people, okay? And then 5,000 may sound like a lot, but when you get into it, it's really not. Now, the reason I say this is because a Facebook page, just like a website, will host your content and give you the option to start marketing down the road when you understand what type of content works the best. And the reason why this is so effective is that it allows you to extend to millions of people, not just thousands of people, when you start to grow. And I know that may be inconceivable or unimaginable for some people, and it's okay. What happens is that when something works in the small side of things, it also will work on the bigger scale of things as well. If you understand how when you do things in a little bit, how they'll also affect the bigger picture, then what happens on the Facebook page, your content, when people start to react to your content in a way that causes them to take action, that's where things begin to happen. And it is amazing. Now, what happens on your Facebook page, you can actually use this as its own individual brand. You don't have to try and reinvent yourself all the time. That's where a lot of people sometimes, if they have a business, like say a wedding planning business or a venue, what begins to happen is that sometimes people will start to just throw everything of their business as their profile photo. Sometimes it confuses people. Yes, it's a good way to immediately get the word out there about your business and get it to your immediate sphere of influence. But there's a better way to do it. And this is the reason why I say this is how I can back this up. Some people may ask, how in the world is that even possible? It just comes from good content. And good content, what that means is that what you're doing daily, and also too what feeds back into giving the advertising and exposure for your business, it should arouse and excite and entice people to take action. If they're not doing that, then you're losing out and leaving money on the table. And we're going to dive into the next video to show you how we can actually set up the page with that frame of mind. So this way, when people come to your page, they're going to see what you stand for, because everyone knows what you do. They don't care about that. They can go find somebody else who has the same skill set as you do. But they need to know, one, what you stand for, your skill trade, what is your business, but also too, how can they get plugged in and how do you serve them? They don't care about how much time it took you to start the business. They don't care any about that. They want to know immediately, what can you do for them? How can you serve them? And are you actually going to follow through and deliver? All right. So we're going to jump into setting up an example Facebook page. This will have no goal with it, but you'll get a great frame of reference for how to set up a page. So this way it can be consistent with your brand, but also communicate your mission, but also entice people to take action to do business with you over your competition. Let's jump into this really quick and start to set up this Facebook page. Now, depending on if you have a local business or a brand, depending on if it goes across a country or if it goes across multiple cities or is not hunkered down to an address, you're going to want to go with a community or public figure page. Or if you have a business or a brand that is local, you want to go to the business or brand side of it. So let's just go to for instance, a business or brand, and let's just say Joe Schmo Roofing Company. All right, and let's go to construction. You got to pick the category, the industry you're in, and so you can choose do not show my address right now. Let's just hit that for right now. Let's do 123 ABC Street. No, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna change it back to Joe Schmo. Okay. So you want to make sure you have your address, your city in there if you have it. If you want people to come to here, I'm in Huntsville, Alabama, so I'm just going to put that. And so we'll just do that there. Hit continue. So with that, it's going to help with Facebook and actually setting up the geo-targeting. And what that means is that there is something called the Facebook algorithm that will help tell people around that area where your business is, what you do, and that's just one start to help with ranking and getting your content or getting your business in front of people. Now, you're going to want to upload a good, solid profile picture with good lighting, a good, it could be your logo. We'll just use this for right now. We'll just come over here and just yank it all the way down. Let's try to find, there we go. We'll just use this logo for right now. Your profile photo will be a square. Your cover photo, however, will be a rectangle. So you want to have something that's going to help cover it the entire length of the imagery, and you'll see what I mean by that here in a second. But you also want to make sure that it describes your business. What is your brand, and then why should people connect with you? And I'll explain what that looks like here in a second. So let me go ahead and just pick an image. So let's go ahead and find something that's going to be good. And we'll come here. All right. Now, with online booking, if you are looking for appointments, you can actually hit this on here as a secondary feature. We'll just say add online booking for it for right now. I use a third-party software so that way we can actually, have something where we're tracking it and it goes back into our Google Calendar and some other stuff. So, but Facebook's got its own little thingamajig, and so there's a good way to use it, but also it has its own pros and cons too. So when it comes to listing your services, you want to make sure that you're very clear on what you're doing. Of course, it's not a roofing logo, but when it comes down to filling out your information, you want to go to your edit the page info. And this is where we start to dive into your descriptions, like what is your business's mission statement? What is the website? What is the phone number? Like everything, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that way when people hit your Facebook page immediately, they're going to know exactly what to do with what you offer and how to get in contact. So that way they can make the appointment and actually, that way they can start to do business with you, okay? So the first thing is, I'm an awesome roofing company because we said so. All right. Now you want to make sure you have a good chunk of text there. That way people understand. It's like your 60-second pitch. You want to put something there that says, we are Joe Schmo's roofing company. And let's just do this. We are roofing company and we provide security. Well, we provide secure roofing for your family, so there's no risk of damage in the future. We have been in business for 18 years, well, so to speak. Let's say veteran owned. I will just say that since 1992, even though it's 28 years, so to speak. So we'll just keep that there. Then we'll have, say for instance, roofing. Yep, there we go. And then contractor. So these are all little keywords that the page will actually pop up for, and just hit save there. So if anyone types in on the Facebook search, which people usually go to Google for the searching stuff, but they go to Facebook and search, different places as well. So that way it pops up. If you have an extension on your phone number, make sure you put it there so that way anybody in your office or your administration, if they need to be rerouted to a specific thing, or if you have like a VoIP phone number, what that means is like another phone number that can help with directing phone calls that you can get from like line2.com or some other places like from Cisco. They have all got their own services for you getting a toll-free number. So that way you pay a monthly or an annual fee for it, just like you would with any other phone number, but you can actually have it reroute to your different staff for different needs, depending on sales, administration, billing, etc. So really helpful. So you can use that. Say we'll just have it there. Say here's the website, googleness.com. All right, so there we go. We'll just do. All right, hit the email there. So you can see here, this is where we put in the ABC Street earlier, and you can see that, apparently there's an ABC Street in Huntsville. So, oh wait, no, that's not even close to what it is. But if you have a remote business and you don't need them to come to the office and you're a locally owned business, you can put, my customers visit my street. Yeah, so they don't visit your street address, so they don't need that. Then you can actually hit this, unchecking the box will hide it, and that's to make sure. So if you check it, it will actually display, but if it not, it will hide it, so that way they don't need to come to the office for anything that's not required. So go ahead and hit save there, so that way it's displayed. Service area, you can put like the different counties, like say for instance within Madison County there's Huntsville, Harvest, Madison, Hazel Green, Fort Payne, which is a little further on out. Some people do travel out that way. You have a roofing company, or just depending on what business you have. So you can put that there. We'll put Huntsville, Alabama. And these are just another point of data for Facebook to put your business, your Facebook page in front of the right people who are searching. So the more points that we have on here, the more connections that we have, the better off you'll be. So we'll do Madison as well. Not Wisconsin, because that'll make it confusing. All right, Harvest, Alabama. Hazel Green. I'll just leave it for there for right now. All right, and then we've got, of course you want to do your hours. Let's see. Here we go. Voila. All right, so we've got temporary open with service changes, especially if they're affected by COVID-19. So on and so forth. If you have like online services or delivery or pickup, just indicate the applicable. And right here, the impressions right here is where people can put their mission statement here, which is really, really helpful, because this will pop up on the page, so that way people know what your business is, what it stands for, but also too with what you're able to provide. It's just a summarized version of what you can do. So this way, this is a perfect place for your 60-second pitch. Up top is a little bit of a summarized version, because you're only limited to 255 characters, so it's not much, like a Twitter post. But over here you have 2,000 characters. So writing out 2,000 words really can help with describing what you do, what you stand for, how you provide it, how long you've been around, what you plan to do in the future, etc., and so on and so forth. Just tell your story. So it's a really good place for that. Go ahead and exit on that. And if you have a privacy policy on your website already, then slap that down there in this field right here where it says privacy policy. And with price range, I usually put unspecified, just that way people don't get freaked out. You can book the appointment and then close them on the phone, or however your sales process is. You just don't want them to shut their heart down before you even get to talk to them. It's just it's so annoying when that happens. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just copy this for time's sake and example sake, and hit that. There we go. All right. We'll just do this for a time being. So you can see that it's a little bit more, it allows more room for it. And I guess I skipped over the about part. All right, let's go to the general. All right. So the next thing is that once you're done setting up that part of it, we're going to go ahead and end this video. We're going to cover now what we're going to do as far as setting up the messaging. We're going to set up also too when it comes to the event ticketing. If you have events coming up, any kind of pop-up booths, you want people to come there, we'll cover a little bit of that too. But once we get the page set up and we get everything, even if you have an Instagram account, we'll cover that. If you don't have one, if you don't know what Instagram is, no big deal, disregard it. But we're going to cover that, how to add your team to the Facebook page, so that way you can get it set up and then let them run with it so you don't have to deal with it. And so also templates and tabs, we're going to cover quite a bit on that as well. So once we get this Facebook page all set up and ready to go, then we're going to cover some other elements when it comes to Facebook as well. So with that being said, let's just jump into the next training, and hopefully you guys you get some great insight from this. But also if you have any questions, drop them down below wherever you see this video across social media, and I look forward to connecting with you then.